Hey guys, it's me again. Miss me? Yeah, feels great to be able to bring you another video, and today we'll jump right into the reason why we're here. 7 signs to know if she wants you to make a move. Now, I know it can be really confusing. You know, half the time you're hanging out with a girl, you've maybe been hanging out for a while and you really like her. She probably has put you in the friend zone temporarily and you're not sure if it's the best time to make a move and sort of get the relationship rolling. Of course, you may be that kind of guy who is not able to really talk about his feelings. You know, in Ghana, we call it POP. Like you have a mouth that can't talk when it comes to women. And you're just basically looking for the best time to be able to ask her whether she'll date you. This video is for you. Welcome. Welcome back, Jessica here. This is my YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you would like to ask me any relationship questions beyond the videos I put on this channel, feel free to join my Patreon community. Now look for me at www.patreon.com/JessicaOS. Join the community. I'll leave a link in the description of the video below, and yeah, click on it. Join my growing community and I will make it worth your while. Okay, so 7 signs that she wants you to make a move. You ready? Now I get this. You know, women can be really hard to read. And sometimes the mixed signals can be pretty annoying because you think you're making progress only to find out that no, she didn't really like you like that. And you've been placed in a friend zone. Knowing the exact time to initiate a move can increase your chances of landing a relationship that you'll actually want with this woman that you are interested in. So if you indulge me, I'm going to give you 7 steps, starting with this one. Number 1, if she locks eyes with you. Now, I'm not saying that awkward or fleeting moment, say at a restaurant or you guys went out together and she sort of just looks at you, you look at her and then she looks away. And it's not that one-off incident. It's those constant, repetitive times that she looks at you. I remember when I was younger, there was this boy in my class that I had a crush on, and it was so cute because he would look at me, I'd look at him, and that's all we used to do. Like, we'd never say anything, but just look at each other. And it was the weirdest thing. I mean, growing up now, I kind of understand that we were both attracted to each other, but no one really had, like, the cojones to make the move. Plus, growing up, I was really of the opinion that, men should always be the ones to make the move. Although I hold a slightly different opinion, now. I believe that if a woman really wants a man, she should be able to make herself available to be asked out. You know what I mean? But I digress. So back to the point. Now, this is a little test that I'll ask you to do. If you realize that every now and again, ever so often, your gazes meet, even if it's for a fleeting 1 second, the next time it happens, hold your gaze a little longer and see if she holds her gaze for as long as you do. If she does, it's a connection thing happening right there. She's looking at you, look at her. And for me, it's really an invitation to make a move, whatever your move may be. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you want to get into a relationship with them, but it could also mean that you just want to get to know them. All right, so make a move if you're able to establish eye contact for a longer period of time. It's an invitation for you to come over, take it from me. Because when a woman is not interested in a guy, trust me, he doesn't even catch her eye. You'll be looking at this woman all night and she wouldn't even notice you. She'll just be like, in her own small world doing her thing. Number 2, you would find scenarios where, for instance, if you are in the midst of her friends, or if you ever get to meet one of her friends in one of your outings, you'll get a friend of hers asking you if you are interested in her. Now, it's usually a secret way for women to determine where your mind is at and whether what they're thinking is actually true. They use their friends, or they may have discussed it with their friend, and their friend seems or comes across as the one who wants to know. It's like, oh, you guys seem to get along, what's going on here? Like, you like her? You'd get a random comment like that. And do see this as an opportunity to jump forward, because just the fact that her friend even knows that there might be something that exists between you that is still undefined is a good thing, you know. It means they've spoken about you. It means that you are a person of interest. And if you like her back, this is a time to just go all out, put your cards on the table, and let her know exactly what you're coming in for. Please, as a caveat, this is what I'd also say. Please pay attention to her body language as that question is being asked. Is she acting all shy and laughing and that kind of thing? Or is she looking at a friend like, really? Why would you ask him that kind of thing? Because there are also those friends who do not know their limits and don't know where to stop. For all you know, she told him that she doesn't really like you and she doesn't know why you're giving her so much attention. And a friend is just being extra by going ahead to ask. So really weigh the scenario and make sure that you're not going to be one big fool at the end of the day, okay? Number 3, she asks you personal questions. Now, it goes without saying, if someone isn't interested in you, they do not care to go deeply with you, you know, beyond maybe your work, what do you do, kind of thing. That's pretty much where the conversation ends. It's very superficial. There's nothing deep. She's not interested in getting to know you. But once you realize that she's beginning to ask a few more questions that maybe will be reserved for people who have known each other longer, or for people who are in more meaningful relationships, then you know that you're definitely on the right path. I also do think that once that happens, make sure that you also ask important, pertinent questions for yourself, because after all, you will also want to get to know this lady, and getting to know her will help you make a decision as to whether this is a woman you actually want to date at all or not. Speaking of which, I have a video that gives you 32 conversation starters, you know, questions that you can ask a woman if you ever find yourself in a situation where you are sort of hard up on the right questions to ask. That video, I'll link it in the description below, and you can also click it on the card above, and you should be good to go. Moving on. Number 4, she breaks away from groups to be alone with you. Oof. Score, my brother, score. Yeah, I mean, listen, if a woman doesn't like you, she will not want to be alone with you. For starters, she doesn't trust you, she's not attracted to you, and she definitely will not be looking for opportunities to give you a chance to draw closer. If she's breaking away from the group and making herself more available to you, intimately or personally, giving you guys some personal space to be able to talk, that's an absolutely great sign. I would say that alone time is always a good sign. And it's always better to make a move during these one-on-one sessions where everybody else is out of earshot, her friends are distracted doing something else, and you just sort of shoot your shot. You have her full attention, she's engaged with you, and in the conversation, she's interested in what you're saying, she's laughing at your jokes. What else are you waiting for? Don't be scared. Don't, back down, and don't let all your insecurities jump in. Put it on the back burner and just ask her whether she would want to take this relationship a little further. On the other hand, if the interest is mutual and you find that she's the one who's trying to break you away from your group of friends, go for it. I mean, that's all you've ever wanted anyway, you know, and know that it's definitely a sign of interest, and you don't have to work too hard to get this woman to see you again. Number 5, when you touch her, she moves closer. Now, guys, not every communication will be verbal. Not every communication will literally come out of her mouth. You need to master body language, because body language says a whole lot more than a woman will ever say. If you reach out to touch her, not even necessarily in an intimate way, and she draws closer to you, of course, depending on the setting you guys are in, that could be a good sign that she wants you to make a move. Like I said, emphasis on depending on the setting you're in. Now, I say this because let's say you're in a very noisy place and you're talking to her and she can't hear you. Reason why she's drawing closer. It may not necessarily be an invitation. Maybe she just wants to hear you better. And you should never misinterpret something like that to think, she wants me to make a move, and so I'm going to just go in and smash that. No, you might lose out. Okay. So take note of the environment in which you're in, the circumstances around you, what's going on, her body language, and then if your intuition gives you a green light, go ahead and just smash it. If you touch her, I would recommend that you keep your hand a little longer on her. See if she finds a way to take your hand off or moves away to give you guys, to put some space between you, for instance. Always be sure that what you're actually seeing is what she's trying to communicate, so you don't end up with some kind of a dirty slap and then come back to this channel and cuss me out, because I'm not gonna take it, that's for sure. You cuss me out, I'm gonna cuss you out. No, I'm kidding. I'm really just kidding. Let's move ahead. Number 6, if she invites you to her environment. Now this, my brother, is an absolute plus. I mean, I do know that some women are just courteous. You know, maybe she likes you enough, she thinks you're a cool friend, and so she'll invite you to her space. It could be her home or some other place that is personal to her. Now, if she invites you to that space, it's a really good sign. It means that she trusts you enough to be alone with you in a space where nobody else is, where there are no distractions, and it's just going to be you and her. And if a woman does this, it means that she trusts you. And if you ask me, do not take that trust for granted by making a complete fool of yourself, like thinking, oh, score, she asked me to come home, so naturally it means that we're going to have sex today. No. No. If you ask me, don't even make any kind of move sexually, you know. Make her understand that, you know, you're feeling her too, you like her too, and let the gentleman in you take over. Guess what? If you do not make an attempt to get intimate, she's actually going to be really curious and wonder, what kind of guy is this? It's two things. She could either think that, what kind of a loser is this? He didn't even make a move. Or he could say, whoa, the guy was alone with me and he didn't even try to like touch me inappropriately or kiss me or anything like that. I'd like to see him again. I feel even more comfortable. And guess what? She's going to give you more of herself the next time, especially if she did want you to get a little more intimate than you were the first time you guys had that close encounter. So take note of it and make sure that you don't ruin the whole experience for you the first time around because you were too excited and Jessica told you that so far as she invites you into her space, her environment, it's a go. Once again, think, use your intuition, and you should be fine before some sexual harassment allegations get dropped. Be sure, guys, be sure. Be absolutely sure before you initiate any kind of move. Finally, I'd say she keeps the door open for you even after you thought maybe it was a missed opportunity. Maybe the first day was a little awkward. There were friends around, the environment wasn't conducive, and so she wasn't really open. Or better yet, she was trying to figure out the kind of guy that you were, and so she wasn't really open to conversations. However, she leaves the door open for you by continuing to message you, call you long after your first encounter. For me, it's a sign that she wants to get to know you as well. And it's a huge potential of something meaningful coming out of this new relationship that you may have found. Because trust me, if a woman is not interested after your first encounter, she's definitely not coming back to message you, or, you know, she'll probably even delete your number. Better yet, she'll pick that first phone call to make sure that this is your number, the number she wants to avoid, and then block you. I've done that several times. I'm ashamed to say so, but some of you guys just don't listen. And women do that a lot as well. I hope these tips were helpful. If they were, smash the like button, do me a favor, and subscribe if you haven't already. I have too many people who watch this channel without subscribing. Help your girl, will you? Don't forget, join me on Patreon as well, and I will see you in a video live chat. And if not, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Jessica here. Toodles.